All right, folks, we're back. So, I have discovered the problem. There is no power for me here at this venue, and there's no outlet that I can get to, and there's not a outlet close enough for me to run an extension cord. I bring my own power, but apparently that has died. So, I do not have any power left, and that was causing me to lose my cameras. But I still have my backup camera running, and so that is getting the entire game, except for while I wasn't panning back and forth while I was trying to troubleshoot. So we're back to audio only. I've still got power in my battery in my laptop that'll run me probably for the next 6 minutes of this game. It's now fourth quarter action, and I am recording on that backup camera that's been running for the entire game. So I will upload that recording tonight while everybody's sleeping. All right, so we're back to fourth quarter action, and Hannah Hale is going to bring the ball in for the Knights, number 1. On the near sideline, she passes it over to Peyton. Peyton bringing it back across the center court line, and Peyton swinging it to the near side. Hannah Hale gets the pass from Peyton down to Peyton in the corner. Peyton swinging it back up top over to Autumn. Autumn passes it to Hale. Hale's going to dribble inside, gets into the paint, and puts a shot up. Ball was tipped off off of Tigers. I think that was number 14 on the tip. It's out of bounds, and Knights ball. Hale bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it over to Peyton. Peyton putting the shot straight up, and it's good for 2. And looks like full timeout on Tigers. All right, folks, the score is 22-12. Knights leading by 7 at the moment. I'm going to risk trying to open that schedule. See if I can get that going. Okay. So the upcoming schedule for PCCS, this still shows the tournament from today, but after tomorrow, Knights play high school girls, high school boys at Fort Scott, Kansas, against Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders. And then on the 22nd, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys travel to Marshfield at 5:30. And both those games should be recorded. I don't believe there's any Wi-Fi at those venues. And then high school girls, high school boys traveling to Humansville on the 26th. All right, players are back out on the court. And number 3 brings the ball in for the Tigers to 13. 13's bringing it down. 13 over to, takes the screen and works it over to the far side. Passing it inside to 14, who turns around, puts a shot up. It's a miss. Hannah Hale grabs the missed shot, and looks like, we'll see what the whistle was. I missed it. There was a foul. I don't know if it was off down the court a ways where I wasn't looking. I was watching the ball. I think there might have been maybe an issue with a block or a charge off to the side. And it's white ball. Tigers bringing the ball in from the baseline over to 14 in the corner. 14 driving along the baseline, puts a shot up, missed it, and Nora Everson gets the rebound. Nora passes it out, intended for Hale, but 13 stole it and puts it right back up for 2. So it's 22-17 now. Knights leading by 5. Gray brings the ball into Hale. Hale over to Gray. Gray back to Hale. And there's a whistle. Timeout on Knights. Well, maybe not. I thought that was the coach's call a timeout, but it's out of bounds. It's turnover. And the ball goes to the Tigers on the far sideline. 13 has the ball. That was a foul on White, too. I wonder if they're concerned about the clock and trying to make sure that they can force a play before the clock runs out, try and even up the score. That foul may have been a little bit assertive. All right. Rylan Hood passed the ball into Peyton Gray. Peyton driving it down the baseline to the far corner, swinging it back up top over to Autumn. Autumn driving down on the near side. Well, 3 stole the ball from the Tigers. Took it from Autumn, and Autumn steals it back. And passes it over to Hale to bring it down. 3's giving pressure, trying to steal it. Hale passes it down to Peyton on the baseline. And the ball's on the floor, rolls away, and number 4 with the Tigers picks it up. She's driving it down to the far end, puts a shot up, misses a shot. 13 was getting the rebound, and I think Nora Everson with a foul there on the rebound. So it's Tigers ball on the baseline. Bringing the ball into 14 in the near corner. 14 swinging it in and puts a shot up, missed a shot, and number 4 got the rebound, goes for the putback. Nora Everson on the rebound, gives it to Autumn. Autumn over to Peyton to bring it down. Peyton Gray bringing the ball down, swinging it over to the far side. She's bringing it back up top, passes it down to Hannah Hale, who was wide open, missed the shot, and 4 got the rebound. 4 making a fast break. She's only got Peyton in front of her, and 4 puts a shot up, missed it, and a couple of Tigers trying to get the rebound. Peyton ends up with it, and jump ball. Possession goes to, I think, Tigers. Yeah, it looks like it's Tigers ball. All right. 13 brings it into 4, 4 up to 14. 14 puts the shot up, it's a miss, and the ball goes over to the sideline. 4 passes it back up to 14, over to 3 on the far side. 3 down to 4 at the baseline, just off the basket, and 4 travels. So that's a turnover. It's Knights ball. Rylan Hood is in. She's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it in to Peyton, who was open. And Peyton driving down, gets along the sideline. She's got some defense. She's swinging it over to the near side, taking advantage of the screen from Autumn. Pass it over to Hale. Hale's going to swing it back up top. Cross to Rylan. Rylan faking a 3. She's swinging it back around. And Rylan, lost the dribble, and it's out of bounds off of the Knights. Tigers ball on the sideline. 3 bringing the ball in for the Tigers, gives it to 13 to bring it across. 13 gets across, meets Autumn. She's swinging around to the other side, passing it down to 14, who's in the paint, and puts a shot up, draws a foul probably during this shot. Yep, on Nora Everson. 14 going to the free throw line. She's shooting for 2. Fourteen's first shot is up, and it's good. So the score is 22-18. 14's second free throw is a miss. And there's a whistle. Looked like somebody stepped over the line, must have been White. Still green ball. Rylan bringing the ball into Peyton. Peyton's going to bring it down. And passing it to Rylan, who's open. And puts shot up, missed the shot. And 4 with the Eagles gets that rebound. She's making a fast break. Pass it over to 10. 10 goes to put the shot up. Nora Everson with a beautiful block on that shot. And Autumn Freilich gets the ball, and Coach Burton calls a timeout. Probably keeping the Knights in possession. So the players are back on the benches. All right, while they're doing that, let's take a look at that upcoming schedule. I had ended with high school girls, high school boys at Humansville on January 26th. And after that, we'll have middle school girls, middle school boys traveling to Gloria Deo in Springfield on January 27th. And January 30th, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Hollister against, I believe that's TCA Hollister, Trinity Christian Academy. Then February 6th will be our next home game. That'll be middle school girls, middle school boys versus Gloria Deo. Not sure which gym we'll be at in Bolivar. That is still to be determined. And then February 5th, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys hosting Riverview at Bolivar Intermediate School. And I believe all of those games will either be live or recorded and uploaded later. Fort Scott and Marshfield generally do not have Wi-Fi or have not in the past. If there is Wi-Fi this time, we'll live stream it. If not, we'll just video record it and then upload it later. All right, 22 minutes and 12 seconds left of the fourth quarter, and Knights bring the ball in. Peyton Gray driving down the baseline, met a defender, and the ball's out of bounds. It's Tigers' ball. 15's going to bring the ball in for the Tigers. Into 13. 13's bringing it across. Gave it to 15. 15 back over to 13. 13 out to 14. 14 for a three-point effort. No good. And Autumn Freilich with the rebound and jump ball. 15 grabs a hold of it. Rylan Hood's going to bring the ball back in for the Knights. The score is 22 to 17. Nope, 22 to 18 in the venue here. Ariana. Peyton Gray bringing the ball down and puts it up, straight up for two. It's 24 to 18. Tigers bringing the ball back down. 13's got the ball, and she's taking a screen, and there was a call. I'm not sure what the call was. Well, it's green ball. I think it was an illegal block on Tigers. And the ref says they need to move that inbounds over to the sideline. So Rylan Hood on the sideline, bringing the ball in. Pass it to Peyton. Peyton's going to swing it into the middle and bring it across. Peyton over to Hale. Hale back to Gray. And Gray's going to dribble. Swinging it around to the far side over to Rylan. Rylan puts it straight up for two. Look at that. A beautiful shot for Rylan Hood, folks. And timeout, full timeout on Tigers. 1 minute 7 seconds left in regulation play. Score is 26. Knights, Tigers 18. That was a great shot. If I still had my studio working as expected, I would absolutely highlight that. I think this is my first time running all of the new equipment on my battery, and my battery is full when we traveled to Garden City last night, but I didn't plug it in when I got home. I didn't use it in Garden City, but I didn't plug it in and make sure it was at 100% this morning. I was assuming that it was, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's why it didn't last that long, or it's possible we may have just used all that much battery because I've got 2 screens running and 2 cameras. So I may take a camera out of the equation tomorrow. I may drop that scoreboard camera, and we'll just see the camera on the venue scoreboard tomorrow and save that battery that was feeding that extra camera. All right, ball's back in play. 1 minute 6 seconds left in regulation play. 13 bringing the ball down for the Tigers. Gets it across the sideline, takes advantage of that screen over there. Passing it inside, well and across to number 4. Put the shot up, folks. That was all but in, but it bounced back out. Circled around the rim and came out. Good shot from number 4. And the ball's, I believe, jump ball. And possession goes to Tigers. 13 passing the ball way up top to 14. And she's going to pass it over to 2 on the far side. Threw the ball back in to save it from going out. And Peyton Gray grabs that in ball and pass it over to Hannah Hale. Ball's out of bounds off of Green, so it goes back to Tigers for possession. Tigers bringing the ball in on the near sideline right in front of us here. Nope. Possession goes to Green. Hannah Hale bringing the ball in. Gives it to Nora. Nora reaching for it and ends up. Tigers steal the ball, put it up, miss the shot. 14 gets a rebound and a putback, missed that. And 13 with a putback, and it draws a foul. So that's on Nora Everson. And 13, I believe, going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. 28 seconds left in regulation play. We're in fourth quarter action on PCCS TV. Thirteen's first free throw is up, and it's a miss. And Knights are going to sub in Hope Fralick coming in for Autumn. Olivia Walker coming in for Nora Everson. Hope is number 9. Olivia is number 13. And Tigers number 13 back at the free throw line shooting their second shot. Shot is up, and it is a miss. And 13 followed the shot, got the rebound, but there's a jump ball. Her and Peyton both had a hand on it. And possession goes to Knights. Ryland Hood's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And she's passing it in to Peyton, and the ball's look like out of bounds on White, according to the ref, I think. Tigers are subbing. Number 32 coming in for 2. And Ryland Hood's going to bring the ball back in for the Knights again. Ryland up to Peyton. Peyton had to reach for it, but she got it. And, I think that was on White. A moving block, I think. Green ball. Ryland's going to bring the ball back in from the sideline. 19 seconds left. And Ryland passing it to, intended for Peyton. And there's Hope with a steal. 14 stole the ball on the inbound, but Hope stole it from 14. That'd be another highlight if I could get it. Ryland bringing the ball in on the sideline again, passing it to Peyton. It was a long pass, and 15 ended up going out and getting it for the Tigers. Peyton grabbed a hold of it, and jump ball. Possession goes to, I think it's white ball. We'll see. Yep. Tigers stepping out. 13's going to bring the ball in for the Tigers. 11 seconds left in the game. Scores 26-18. 13 passed it to 14. 14 puts the shot up, missed it, going for the putback. Missed that shot, and Olivia Walker on the rebound. Jump ball. Possession's going to go to Knights. 4 seconds left in regulation play. Scores 26-18. Ryland bringing the ball in for the Knights. And ball's tipped out of bounds by the Tigers. No movement on the clock before the ball came in. Ryland bringing it back in. And she's throwing it down court. Peyton passes it to Hope, who's up and Hope almost had a buzzer beater. Good effort. Final score, 26-18, folks. You're watching PCCS TV or listening to PCCS TV. I guess we could call this PCCS Radio. This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri, 417-777-2330. Call or stop by our office to see what we could do to provide a Christian education for students in our area. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back tomorrow to live stream the games. Have a blessed evening.